This is something we've been focused on digital currencies for, a couple decades. This is something we've been focused on digital currencies for, a couple decades. Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting at more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back. We had the NASDAQ pump. The stock market closed early. And guys, we know tomorrow, July 4th, stocks will be closed. So that liquidity will come in. And then plus we know they need Bitcoin as liquidity on the 5th. So I definitely see us moving up over these next 2 days. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, not your financial advice, not financial advice. Please do your own research. And we have the hedge fund guys owning Bitcoin. And we know these big banks, big corporations, hedge fund guys have been in Bitcoin from the beginning. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are down. We have the dollar, which is down. We have volume and crypto up. We have Tether and USDC. And we have Aave DAO launches GHO stablecoin on Arbitrum. And we know stablecoins are all about liquidity. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $443 billion yesterday, today at $425. And that's for the next 2 days. And again, guys, crypto is going to be the only game in town tomorrow. So make sure you're getting yourself in position tonight. Now we have Fed minutes come out today. Credit card delinquencies rise. Guys, all the numbers are horrible. But we know the Fed wants to keep rates higher for longer. But it will not surprise me if they cut rates at the end of this month. Because we're seeing the labor market taking a hit. Now we had the BIS talks about large language models that can improve central banks' non-casting models. And they want AI running this whole financial system without a human involved. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then we have the BIS speaking about Basel III, approving a disclosure framework for banks' crypto asset exposures. Guys, digital assets are definitely coming. Even though the sheep have no clue because they're distracted on things that don't matter. If you're in this space, of course, if you're young, you have an opportunity to have a wonderful future. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then, guys, we have Joe Biden has an 80% chance of dropping out. And we've never had a debate this early. Remember, the narrative is that the Biden administration wanted this debate. But guys, we know this is all part of the movie. If they had waited until September, October, there was no way that we would even have this discussion, guys. You're in a movie. You sit back, get your popcorn, let it play out. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, we have the spot Bitcoin ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale all down. And we saw DeFi pulling back. But guys, remember, we have this Ethereum spot ETF hanging, and then plus we have interest rates hanging. If all this gets approved at the same time, an interest rate cut, spot Ethereum ETF, that's going to push this whole crypto asset space up. And then on top of it, we have fiat dying, because these interest rates, inflation is so high, and we have the BRICS, the emerging markets, getting off the dollar and running into these digital assets, is going to cause a boom. It's just the fact is that when they flip this switch, with all these geopolitical events that are going on, cyber attacks, the drums are beating, anything could happen that's going to cause an explosion in this space. It's not if, it is a matter of when, because eventually these countries are going to make it known that they're off the dollar. And that's going to create a run, and where they're going to run into, these digital assets. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have King's NFT securities trial lawsuit. And guys, we know we keep getting these lawsuits, and all these lawsuits are doing are bringing in adoption. Remember, you're watching a movie, sit back, let it play out. Now we have Mantra to tokenize 500 million real estate assets for UAE Builder Mag Group. And we know everything's going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. Now we have Indian crypto exchange Coin DCX acquires BitOasis so it can make a move in the Middle East. Now we have Flare connects to over 75 blockchains via Layer 0 integration. And if you're a part of my Patreon, I think since I added Layer 0 to the NWO crypto list, I think it went up like 40-some%. Now we have Consensys acquires WalletGuard to enhance MetaMask security. And when you hear Consensys, you should hear JP Morgan. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, guys, we have Fidelity and Sygnum partner with Chainlink to bring NAV data on chain. And remember, guys, NAV is net asset value. As I talk about all the time when it came to grayscale, it is mostly used for mutual funds and ETFs, and it subtracts the liabilities. But again, we have Chainlink bringing all this data together to make it a one-stop shop. And then also, guys, we know this data goes to Swift, giving it the all-seeing eye. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Team save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Team save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Team goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.